Namah Shivaya. Welcome back to the Pranayam series. In today's episode, we're going to learn a very powerful pranayam which is known as the Anulom Vilom or the alternate nostril breathing. Now, as we've discussed in the previous episodes, how our breathing is connected to our mind. So, at one point of time, one side of the nostrils is active, the other one is passive, and accordingly, the opposite side of the brain is activated. So, if at this point my right nostril is active, the left side of my brain should be activated, and vice versa. Now, in a healthy human being, this is supposed to alternate on its own almost every 2 hours. But unfortunately, because of our lifestyles, our unhealthy diet, our lack of exercise, this does not happen. So it is very important that we have this equilibrium between both sides. Now, another thing to note is the left nostril represents the coldness and the right one represents heat. So when we breathe through the left, it cools down our body, and when we breathe through the right, it generates heat in the body. So the left one is anabolic in nature and the right one is catabolic. So that's why it is very important that we have a good balance between the two. Now, because the body is not able to do it on its own, if we practice this pranayam, which alternates the breathing, we are kind of balancing both sides of the brain. So to do this, we're going to sit down in a cross-legged position. If that's not comfortable for you, just make sure you're sitting on a chair. Just your back, your spine should be upright. Now, the left hand is in Chin Mudra and the right one is in Vishnu Mudra. So, if you take your palms like this and close the first two fingers, so you have your thumb and your little finger and the ring finger open. The other two are closed. So, we alternate the nostrils with the thumb and the ring finger. This is just so that it's very easy. Now, if this is something very complicated for you, just ignore and do whatever is comfortable. It's just that you should not be focusing only on the hand movement. So, this is a very easy technique. Now, first we're going to close the right nostril with our right thumb. We always use the right hand in this technique. So, we close the right nostril with the right thumb and breathe in through the left. So, breathe in at the count of 1 and breathe out through the right, closing the left nostril. Breathe out at the count of 2. I'll show it to you once again. Close the right nostril with the right thumb. Breathe in through the left, 1 count. And then breathe out through the right, 2 counts. So the ratio between the inhale and the exhale is always 1:2 or in the multiples of it. If you are a beginner, I would recommend that you start with 1 breath. So you inhale 1 and you exhale 2. Now, as you keep progressing, you increase this. So you inhale 2, 1, 2 and exhale 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to maintain this ratio while you practice this. Once you start, practice this for about 10 to 15 rounds and only then progress to the second count. So you practice 1:2 for 10 to 15 rounds. Once you're comfortable with it, then you progress to 2:4 ratio. Now, few points to note here. The breathing that we are doing is deep abdominal breathing. I'll share the link of the video that explains you what a deep abdominal breath is. It will be in the description section. And also, so you have to sit in a very comfortable position so that your physical body is not uncomfortable. You're sitting with your body on both the sit bones and your shoulders are down. It's very common to see someone breathe like this and exhale. So make sure that your shoulders are back and down. There's no movement in the upper body and your arm is completely rested. Your right arm is not like this. Instead, it's completely rested against the body. It's in a very comfortable position so that you're able to focus and concentrate only on the breathing. The other point to note is when you're breathing, when you're doing this exercise, make sure your focus is between the eyebrows. You can repeat any mantra if you want to, or you just focus on the count. That's your choice. So I'll show for one last time. Breathe in through the left. Breathe out through the right. Now breathe in through the right. And breathe out through the left. This is the first step of Anulom Vilom. Let's practice this for around 10 to 15 rounds, and then in the next episode I'm going to tell you how to progress this further. So till the next episode is released, make sure you practice 1:2, 10 to 15 times. If you feel that's very easy or very comfortable for you, just progress from 2:4 ratio or 3:6. So the exhale has always, it should always be double the inhale. So just practice this and let me know how it goes. Make sure you keep posting your comments, your experiences, so that I can answer any of your queries, and I'll be releasing the next video very soon. Thank you and keep practicing. Om Namah Shivaya.